everyone, my name's Iliurtsu and welcome to my Let's Play of EU4 with the OOT Revival mod, Oculus Orbitus Terrarium, whatever the fuck it's called. Otherwise known as the Atlantis mod and the other two continents mod, but you know, no one cares about those areas. So if you guys didn't know, back in the day there was a gigantic mod where it basically added a bunch of, I don't know how to explain it, like fantasy worlds, I guess you could say. Like obviously Atlantis. There's also like, what is it, Mu? I think this is Mu, and the other one in the Pacific Ocean. And essentially it's just, you know, that it's a bunch of flavor and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I always loved it, and it just suddenly got updated by another modder who brought it to, what is it, 1.17, whatever the fuck this version is. But now we can finally play as Atlantis yet again. So there are many Atlanteans that you can play as. Currently Atlantis is horribly disunited. It's even split between the two religions of Hellenismos, which is a more like ancient Greek version of religion, and the animism, which is sort of like crystal worship, I believe. There's no description for it now, but I believe back in the old days of this mod, that was what it was. So we will be playing as the Anthropophagoi. Well, if you guys didn't know, these were, back in the old mod, cannibals. And there was huge problems with being the cannibals. It was like, you know, national unrest was huge. But they got rid of that in this version, so I don't know if they're going to change that or not. But let us begin. So, obviously, first goal of this series is going to be unite Atlantis under the glorious Anthropophagoi. What dynasty? Under the Machites dynasty. If you see here, we can unite Atlantis. We need every single little piece of land on this island. And honestly, not that hard. Once you conquer one of these guys, you pretty much have it in, you know, in your pocket. Now, so there are a couple of interesting guys here. So these guys are a geniocracy, a uniquely Atlantean government form which controls the where control of the government is determined through a series of physical and mental exams so that only the best and brightest may rule. No, they are not genies. Everyone thinks they are, though. We have some kingdoms, more grand, like merchant republics. Pretty unique. A small circle of plutocrats reign over a nominally rich people. Rich people rule, essentially. And the rest of us are just warlords, states, kingdoms, if you will. Now, in Atlantis, there is only one trade node, and it is an end trade node. We gain, I think, it was the Caribbean Sea, and the Chesapeake Bay, which is Eastern America. So that's the two lands that we're going to have to take over first in colonization. Because we do have easy access to America. We are, I think Bermuda's right here, so America's right here. And then South America's just down here. So let us begin. Now, we immediately gain the ability to conquer Estu. Estu's right here. Improve our relations with Banipis and Namanos. These guys. Now, I believe we're gonna need at least one ally. One ally and one ally only. Let's have it be Indara. Indara, if we... it won't be defensive, it won't be offensive, because we don't have enough favors. And we immediately want to get some more foot soldiers. Now, the provinces in Atlantis are fucking amazing. I mean, look at this, 28 in this. I'm assuming this is like a caldera, or maybe just a valley of a mountain, but... whatever. Our areas, we're pretty high as well. We already start off with 52, and we only have 4 provinces. Conquering these lands are going to give us a ton of aggressive expansion. That is definitely not a good thing. Now, there's 3 different types of Atlanteans. We have North Atlanteans, South Atlanteans, and the Fish Eaters. We obviously want to unite the South Atlanteans and the Animism people. Surprisingly enough, there's still Hellenismos here for some reason. Kind of odd. But I suppose we will do the Conquer Etsu first and foremost. Now, they're going to gain an ally. That's a-okay. Let's begin. Cool. Indara is now our ally. Ooh, they actually don't have any allies yet. Are they not going to gain allies? Let's get a royal marriage. That's fine. These guys, I think I want to actually... So, these guys actually have a... an idea. The beginning ideas. Yeah, the warlord state ideas, for instance. The geniocracy ideas increase, like, the amount you need to... amount of admin points you need to core to, like, 1,000. It's huge, and it's just not worth it. So I'm instead going to vassalize them and use them as a buddy to conquer the lands. Now, we already start off with a ton of money because our lands are so beautiful and rich and powerful, and I believe we actually already have gold. Yes. In fact, our capital is gold, so we're making 4 gold. 4 ducats off of gold. We're making 4 gold. They're allied with Aterpa. Ooh. That is not a good ally. It's not good for us. Definitely not good for us. Well, actually, it could be good for us. That means we could just take over lands from Aterpa as well. We might want to take... If we could take over the islands... Or actually, you know what? When the islands... the islands will have a revolution pop up. And we actually already own a piece of it. So we'll lose lands. It's the... what are they called? Anaxofas. They're the fish eaters. And they'll have a rebellion. And they'll have a ton of navy. So it's really hard to hurt them. So that's going to be a problem. Here, these guys are... Well, they're considering us a rival. Speaking of which, we should probably get those rivals going. Terpa, Sorganak. So these 3 guys, we hate them. This guy's allied with Aterpa. Oh, God. I don't know why, but Aterpa is just... They have a ton of allies. They have 3. That's horrible. In times of need... Oh, no. I'm asking my wife. I don't even have a wife. Oh, Evindara. Oh, the Queen Consort. What? Why the Queen Consort? I get... Oh, you know what? I think she's... She's of our dynasty. That's why. Asking for manpower, military, diplomatic, admin, or money. You know, ask for money. They won't send it. I know they won't. Broken promises. Fuck you! Eh, it doesn't matter. We need them as an ally. By the way, our soldiers are the best. Look at that. Atlantean drilled infantry. Best in the world. Best in the world. That is unstoppable in the battlefield in the late game. Now, let's see, our current goal, obviously, is to unite, oh my god. So our current goal is to unite Atlantis. Then, after we unite Atlantis, I think my main goal is to unite all the islands in the Atlantic. Which, if you don't know, the Atlantic is actually named after Atlantis. So, yeah, it is our right to conquer the Atlantic Ocean. Now, final goal, I believe, is to just take over all lands bordering the Atlantic Ocean, colonies, and even Europe and Africa. I don't know. That's a very stretch goal. No promises here. But, you know. Alright, so if we can increase some discipline, that's good. If we can get... We're going over the force limit here, but if we can get, like, just 2 more soldiers, I think I'll feel way safer. Ikyoksha, these guys. I don't want any more allies. They're going to become more of a reliability rather than actual help at the end of all this. So, definitely don't want them. At least not yet. Oh, and war has begun. That's no bueno. We should fabricate claim. You know what? Why don't we keep building spy networks on all these guys as well? Since we're not going to war yet. Yay, we now have conquest on these guys. Are they allied with anyone? Oh, they're not allied with anyone. Hello, beautiful. Let's go ahead and declare war. Declare war. Declare war. And, of course, yep, the 22 province, we have a claim on that, so that's good for us. Now, we're going to get a fuck ton of aggressive expansion for this. Here, let's save the game just in case something horrible happens. Just in case. Oh, just in case. So, declare war. Now, we're going to want a leader, obviously. He is shit. He is shit, but better than that guy. I'm not going to waste any more points. Let's go take him down. He's going down to the South Polpo coast. Okay, you're going there instead. Weird. That was a bad attack. Right now, where are you running off to? Down there. Oh, but he, damn it. Squish, squish. Yes, squish. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There you go. Stop them from rebuilding their army. Good, good, good. All right, so there they have it. There we have it. Once we siege that land down. So we will get a coalition of 3 people. One of them is going to get wiped out, though, so that doesn't really matter. And, of course, we'll demand money. And that would be about it. That's... How much development is that? 22, 28, 44, 50. 50 more development. We're essentially doubling our development by conquering these guys. And actually, you know what? We want to increase relations with our ally because we're going to gain a lot of aggressive expansion from conquering these guys. And I do not... Oh, by the way, I should probably be protecting trade in this area because, well, we're all competing against each other. Lose prestige, that's fine. We're all competing against each other, and I will, of course, be dominant. The Skull Facers. That's what I'm just going to call myself, the Skull Facers. Let's get some more military power. I want my military to be the best in the world. Pike Square is definitely going to help us. Definitely going to help us. Now, we will probably end up having huge amount of rebels because the development of this province is just so huge. We're going to definitely need to recruit some more soldiers before that happens. Can you surrender? Jesus Christ. There we go. All right, cool. We have no diplomats. That would help. Here, let's get one there. And, yeah, let's just get that one. Let's just get that one, shall we? Shall we? All right, and pull out both of you. Cool. And here we'll have it. Cool. Now we are the largest Atlanteans, I believe. I believe we are. Look at that. 200 development, or 200 cost for that one little province. Jesus Christ. And we had a claim on it too. Imagine how much that costs without a fucking claim. Yeah, we're going to be pretty far behind on admin tech in this game. Unfortunately, that does mean it might be hard to get a colonist, but who cares? Looks like the fish, I'm just going to call them the fish people because they have the fish. Those guys, they're expanding quite nicely. People might not like them in the end. Yeah. That's good for us because that means everyone's going to get distracted over there. Logic and strategy. Alright, so we should wait a bit more for our manpower reserves to rebuild. These guys are no longer alone. Still allied with Aterpa. These guys... You allied with anyone else? Ah, they got allies with more people. Damn it. Alright, so if I'm going to attack anyone else, I should attack Banapsimos, the geneocracies. That guy, I'll make him into a vassal. When he becomes a vassal, it'll just be a guaranteed ally in all other wars, which is always nice. Now, I could have technically forced this guy to be a vassal, but again, these guys, when attacking them, conquering their lands, it just costs so much to core it. It's just not worth it. It costs less Diplo points to annex them as a vassal than admin points to annex them in war, you know? So it makes sense. Look, we can already see Bermuda. And this island down here, the Antilla Main, and then this Azagan. Now, okay, so here's the funny thing. As Atlantis, in the old version of the game, you had like 90% tech cost because of the tech group you're in. Now, we are still in the Atlantean tech group, but now that institutions are a thing, it makes it kind of hard because the Renaissance almost always gets created in Italy. And the biggest problem we have is that we're not connected to Europe, even through sea tiles. We're all alone out here, so what we gotta do is we gotta colonize here. There'll be an island up here, and then there'll be another island called Thule, which is another mystical little island that everyone thought was Norway, I guess. They were over here, and we can connect to Scotland that way. And we can actually invade the British Isles, which is one of the main goals I have, since that is technically an island in the Atlantic. Ooh. We actually have the false religion over here. Well, that's not good. Here, let's go convert them. How dare they? How dare they exist? Let's get one more cavalryman and maybe another infantry. And then at that point, we'll definitely be stronger. Our shock will be fairly high. Yeah, one more infantry as well. Shock is going to be fairly high compared to everyone else because just the amount of cavalry we have is going to be massive. They want a royal marriage. Fine. We have a new queen consort. Do we have an heir yet? No. I am only 24. So that's okay. Oop. There you go. The Pike Square. And I believe we're the first. Nope, we're not the first, but it is pretty good. Oh, and of course they're allies with Indara as well. Indara! God damn it. So, this is bad. Aterpa is now allied with Sorgranak and Banafismos. So, these two. If I declared war, I'd have to fight quite a bit. Now, what I could do is release the Fish Eaters as a vassal. They have cores all over this area, all over the 2 islands over here. And this is pretty good area. Yeah, 12, it's 20 in that one island. 24, 48, so 68 total developments in these provinces. That's more than what we had to start with, so it's pretty damn good. And yeah, if the trade goods in Atlantis, fucking amazing. You have cotton, spices, wine, gold, obviously. You also have these this stuff called antiquities. I don't really know what they are, but local trade power increase, and they're pretty valuable, so it's always nice to have. So we have very good trade in Atlantis. We are now the 2nd largest. Aterpa, really? How are you the strongest? Weird. Gained a core. Good. So all the land is now cored. Nobility required territory. Well, why don't we go ahead? Oh, you know what? We need to go ahead and core it. Oh, you know what? It probably costs so much because that was a real core. That wasn't just little core. That was a full-blown core right there. You know what? Let's give away this bit of land. That's 12 developments. That's a pretty good amount of land. Yeah, that's 11. So now they're happy. Good. All right. And they're probably going to rise up. I'm assuming in here. How much are they going to raise? 20,000. 20,000 men. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Let's get 2 more infantry, just because those guys are starting to scare me. Formalized worship. We get another missionary, but tax. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't have much to convert at either way, so it doesn't really matter to me. All right, so we're still making a bit of money. How much inflation do we have? Yeah, quite a bit. We're gaining 2.2 inflation per year. That's not good. So, we could wait for a war to happen. Problem is, Aterpa and Sorgranak, they can't go to war with anyone but Indara, and of course Indara is allied with me. Oh, actually, they're allied with fucking everyone, aren't they? Jesus Christ. Now, oh, it looks like the fish people have totally taken over that entire peninsula. That's not good. Now, these guys are up here. These are the North Atlanteans. For some reason, they own that land. And they're allied with Sorganak and Ikiophagoi. That's just their name. Now, I could attack them. If I attacked them, just for this war score, just for this war goal, I mean. If they attempted to invade me, I probably would win any battles like that. Granted, our navy is kind of lacking, and their navy actually is a heavy, which I don't know if we can even afford a heavy right now. No, we might be able. Let's build 1 heavy. 1 heavy, and let's begin fabricating on these dudes. Now, ooh, who's this? These guys. They're extremely small, and you know what? They're allied with Indara, so we might as well gain them as allies. But do we have enough favors with them yet? No. We gain a favor for every year. It's only been 3 years since we've been allies. Really? It's been 6 years since the start of the game, so yeah, whatever. Meh, whatever. All right, there you go. A true core. Nice. We could also increase stability, at least eventually, but no, not right now. Army force limit, yeah. Just at our peak at this point. Our inflation is just going to shoot up as well. corruption. Is corruption bad? Religious unity, yeah. Religious unity is a problem. And the Renaissance has appeared. Ooh, buddy, ooh boy. So now we're going to start losing out on tech. We have to unite Atlantis, or at the very least start colonizing. Because that's all we really need. Are you, you guys don't have claims anywhere. You guys have claims, though. So we now have our claim here. Yeah, if we went to war, everyone would join them. But not, actually, if we promised Indara land, they would join. But Indara would get destroyed by all these guys, so that's not good. Maybe I shouldn't call Indara in until I take over this area. Take out Sorganak. If I can easily take out Sorganak, to be honest. But once I get that heavy, I won't declare war until I get that heavy. All right, you know what? This is where I'm gonna have to end this episode. Yes, so Atlantis will be united under the Skull people, the Man-Eaters, whatever the fuck we're called. And it'll be a bloody, bloody war till then. But hopefully we can unite all of the Atlantic Ocean under the glorious Atlanteans. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Layer 2, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.